A rocket did not have to leave the ground to stop a launch campaign. In one night at Cape Canaveral, Blue Origin's New Glenn test turned from a routine countdown step into a launch pad emergency, and the damage could keep the rocket grounded for months. Here is what happened on the pad. Blue Origin was preparing New Glenn for an engine firing test at Launch Complex 36. This kind of test, often called a hot fire or static fire, is meant to light the engines of the rocket while the vehicle remains held down on the launch mount. The goal is to check the rocket and ground systems before an actual flight. But during the test, the vehicle suffered what Blue Origin called an anomaly. Video from the area showed a sudden, bright fireball at the pad. The explosion lit up the night sky, sent flames and smoke around the launch structure, and was reportedly felt by people nearby. The most important immediate detail: officials said no one was hurt. Blue Origin said all personnel were accounted for, and emergency teams moved into response and assessment mode. The focus then shifted to the launch pad itself. Launch pads are not just concrete platforms, they are complex machines. They include propellant lines, electrical systems, water deluge equipment, hold-down hardware, umbilical connections, towers, access arms, sensors, and flame-handling structures. When an explosion happens at ground level, those systems can take the full force of heat, pressure, debris, and vibration. That is why this incident matters beyond the loss of one rocket. If key pad systems are damaged, Blue Origin cannot simply roll out another vehicle and try again. The company has to inspect the structure, document the damage, preserve evidence for the investigation, repair or replace hardware, retest the ground systems, and prove the pad is safe before another launch attempt. The delay is also tied to the investigation. Blue Origin and government range officials must determine what failed before the rocket can return to flight. At this stage, the company has not publicly identified a root cause, and it would be premature to blame any specific part of the rocket or pad.
For New Glenn, the timing is difficult. The rocket is central to Blue Origin's orbital launch plans, including commercial, government, and future lunar-related missions. A damaged pad means schedules can slip even if the next rocket is ready. So the launch pad story is this: a pre-launch engine test became a major ground incident. The crew stayed safe, but the pad may now be the bottleneck. Until the damage is fully assessed, repairs are completed, and the cause is understood, Blue Origin's next New Glenn launch is likely waiting not just on a rocket, but on the ground beneath it.